everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm back with another long form video. I'm actually doing quite a lot of YouTube shorts at the moment, so definitely check out my shorts video tab if you want to see those. But today we're back with a good old review. Sometimes I just really miss the old YouTube, but especially like 2016 when we were watching all of these YouTubers, one of them being Aspyn Ovard. So this palette kind of like brought me back to the good old YouTube days, and they brought back her collab with Tarte, and I'm so excited to have this in my collection because back in the day when I was watching Aspyn Ovard, like I didn't have a lot of money to buy makeup. Right now I'm still spending more money on makeup than I should, but here we are. I was able to buy this palette and I'm so excited they brought this back for this year because now I get to try it with you guys. And I thought I would make a review video because I just know there's people watching right now who also used to watch Aspyn all the time. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at this palette together. Now I bought this from the Tarte website and this retailed for 48 euros. I don't know how much the palette was back in the days, but I'm assuming it was cheaper than 48 euros. But here we are. I think 48 euros is still a pretty good price for this palette. So the packaging just has all of these beautiful flowers. And on the back right here, we have a picture of Aspyn. And when we take it out of the packaging, here we have that beautiful floral design as well. And then opening this up, this is what the palette is looking like. Like I said, we're getting a blush, a highlighter, and then 9 different eyeshadow shades. And if you can tell, this really is a neutral lover's dream. I just think this looks so pretty. That being said, it is very focused towards light to medium skin tones. So if you have a deeper complexion, I don't think this is going to work the best. Which, how great would it have been if they came out with a like medium to deep version of this palette as well? That would be so cool. The palette smells so good, by the way. It has that like typical Tarte scent, kind of like that vanilla chocolatey scent. So just to give an overview of the palette, here we have the blush, the highlighter, and then the 9 different eyeshadow shades. Now, I was just filming another video, so I do have a blush on my face already. It's actually one of the new Glow Recipe blushes. It's really pretty. So we're not going to be trying out the blush today, but I am going to swatch it. So that is what the blush is looking like. This is the shade Made You Blush, and it's a really pretty like dusty rose type shade. I absolutely love this color. And then I'm just going to swatch the highlighter as well. The highlighter is pretty intense when we swatch it. That is what the highlighter is looking like, and that one is called Pure Soul, and it is a really like almost blinding looking highlighter. I'm very curious to see what this is going to look like on the face, but it does look really pretty, and it sort of has like a golden undertone. So I am going to be trying out the highlighter right now, but I'm just going to take a tiny amount on my highlighter brush and just apply this to the cheeks. That is actually really pretty. My blush is already a little bit glowy, but I don't think it's too much. I still love a good highlighter, you guys. I know some people are not into highlighter anymore. So that is what the highlighter is looking like on my face. I think this is really pretty, and it's definitely a highlighter that I will see myself using a lot. We're now going to try out the eyeshadows, and I'm going to be starting by taking the shade Single Life, which is right here, and I'm going to be applying this all over the lid. If you don't know me yet, I am not like a pro in eyeshadow. I'm a very like natural makeup girly. I never really do super extreme kind of looks, so a palette like this really suits me. I just love something that's going to make me look fresh and just like a nice pinky or like light brown base. I'm not into extreme eyeshadows these days anymore, so this shade called Single Life is a really beautiful, soft, like very light beige on the eyelid. It kind of like sets everything. I'm doubting between the shades Tea Time and Unbothered because I do think they look really similar. I think I'm just going to use Unbothered because it looks a tiny bit lighter, and I'm just going to take it on a blending brush and kind of like blend it into the crease. And this is translating a lot more kind of like pinky brown on the eyelid than it is in the pan. I feel like it's also a little bit deeper on my eyelids than in the pan, but that is blending out nicely. I think one of the reasons I'm not into like super interesting eyeshadow looks is because of my hooded eyes. It's something that I always struggled with doing makeup, and I would see so many cool eyeshadow looks on people, and I tried them on my hooded eyes and they just did not look the same, and I really didn't like the way it turned out. But I've just learned to love my hooded eyes, and I just adjust the way I do my makeup. I still wear winged eyeliner. I'm going to show you later on in the video because I wear eyeliner so often and I think it looks good on my hooded eyes. I'm now going to use that shade Tea Time still, the one that we wanted to use as well. And you can see that it's deeper than the shade Unbothered, so it was a good choice to go in with Unbothered first. I've just come a little bit closer to the camera so you can see what I'm doing better. And as you can see, this is just giving a really pretty like wash off color to the eyelids, nothing too extreme, very natural. I'm now going to use that shade Tea Time and I'm going to add it to the lower lash line and then bringing it up, taking a clean blending brush and then adding a little bit of that shade Tea Time in the outer corner as well. And I think that is pretty much how deep I want this eye look to be. There is another deep matte in there, but I don't like my eyeshadow to be super dark, so I think we're just going to go in with the shimmer next. So that is what that eyeshadow is looking like. And I'm now just going to be taking that shade right there called Endless Summer. And I'm going to be applying that to the lid using the dense side of my eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to be using my favorite eyeliner. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. I actually just finished one, so I got a new one in the mail today and I'm really excited to have it back in my collection. So what I do is I always start with the little wing. So here we have the corner of my eyes and I'm just going to draw a line in the same direction that my eyelid is going up, if that makes sense. So I'm just like following the line from my lower lash line. This is the first time I'm using this like new eyeliner, so it does need to soften a little bit. And then I'm just connecting this from my upper lash line. And I'm pretty much only focusing on the outer corners of my eyes and making the line more thin as we go to the inner corner. And that way it's really going to sort of like change the shape of our eyes and you can really see that difference. And that is what the eyeliner is looking like. I'm now just going to apply some eyeshadow and then I'll be back to share my final thoughts on the Aspyn Ovard eyeshadow palette. So I'm back with the eyeshadow look complete. I've applied some of my Summer Fridays iced coffee lip balm and I'm just really feeling this makeup look. I think it turned out really nice. I thought this palette was really nice to use. I didn't struggle at all with the eyeshadows. I think the Tarte eyeshadow formulas is one of my favorites in general. They just never disappoint me and I really do enjoy this color story. The highlighter I thought was beautiful as well. There is a downside to this palette and that is how light it is. I'm usually always one of the 2 or 3 first shades in a foundation range, just to give you an idea of how light my skin is. And I think for me this is like the perfect palette in terms of depth. So if you have a medium to deep skin tone, I'm just not sure how well this will work. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have bought this re-released Aspyn Ovard palette or maybe you've even had the original. I would love to know. And if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, check out my YouTube shorts, and with that said, I do thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!